guys, it's Sierra with Summit Racing. We're here at McGuire Photo Studio, and I'm joined by Aaron and Lauren, who have their 1968 Ford Mustang Eleanor behind us. So you guys, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. Tell me a little bit about when you got the car, the condition it was in when you got it, and how long it took to get it looking the way it does now.
Well, we bought the car as a project, and we thought it was in pretty good shape. We actually drove it onto the trailer the day we bought it, and we got home. The whole idea was to restore it, and we started dismantling the car, and we realized that it was a lot worse than we thought. But we kept going, and we did all the panel replacement and built the car from there. So it took just about 8 years, and we just got the car finished, and so that's where we are today.
Just a few months ago, right? Completely
Yep,
finished.
yep, just about 4 months ago.
Okay.
Yep.
And one of the interesting things is that you guys worked on it together, did almost everything on it together, except for the paint. So tell me a little bit about that, how that process was, and you're still here liking each other today, so it's a good sign.
Yes, we said that if we could make it through this, then we could make it through everything, because it was a lot of work, and we had a lot of heated times, but a lot of rewarding times too, so it was good.
What's the best part about having it done now for you guys?
For me, it's 3 months ago we put our 2 boys in the back seat, and we got in as a family, and we just looked at each other and said, we did it, and
Yeah.
that was the best part.
That's awesome. So the boys are young. You told me 1 and 2, right?
Yep.
And tell me a little bit about, what you plan to do. I know you have other cars in the garage too. So kind of how you plan to raise the boys, and a little bit about how the older one already likes the cars.
Well, we always say that if they, don't like cars, whatever they're into, we're fine with that. But if they like cars, then they're in the right family. So Emmett, he's the 2-year-old, he will look outside and see the car, and he'll just say, Eleanor, Eleanor, Eleanor. And he will sit in it, and he'll shift the gears, and he'll play with the steering wheel and push the go, baby, go. And for us, it's just, it's kind of hard at first, because you're like, don't touch the car. But we really stress that it's just a car. And
It's cute. It's cool because, like I was telling you guys, we have a lot of older people that have been doing this hobby their entire lives because they grew up with these cars. And one of their concerns that they often say when we do interviews and things is that they worry that the hobby won't continue on with the younger generation. But you guys are proof that there's plenty of people out there that have little ones that are around cars and will grow up around older cars too. So tell me about the other cars that are in the garage.
We have 2 71 Cudas, his and hers. Mine's blue and Lauren's is red. And Lauren actually just got her license plate, and it's Cuda Girl, so I can no longer drive it. But
he does drive it, and then people pull up and look in the window and think,
I really disappoint them. Yeah. So
what's the best part of having it finished? I know you guys drive it places. So, we talked about, going to shows, and but I know you guys take it other places too.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite part is just looking at it. I mean, I love to drive it. It's easy to drive. We purposely built it so that I can drive it comfortably, and it shifts well, it steers well, everything is great functioning and everything. I like looking at it because we purposely styled it exactly the way we wanted it to look. And it took a lot of time and effort and buying multiple pieces, trying things,
To see what
didn't
you really
work,
liked.
didn't like it. Like we went through 3 hoods, for instance, and that was like just one part. that we went through multiple things to get it exactly the way we want. So it's nice to look at it and just think, oh my gosh, like it all came together just the way that we wanted it
The
to.
fruits of
So
your labor, right?
yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's cool.
So,
So back to you guys working on it together.
mhm.
One of the most interesting things is that you really did a lot of the work. I
Mhm.
mean, you got dirty to build this car.
Yep.
So what's the biggest thing that you learned personally,
Mhm.
you know, as a female building a car?
Determination, because it was hard. Anybody who's built this particular car, it's impossible to build if you do it correctly. And every time we wanted to throw in the towel, we just kept going. And I really truly don't know that a lot of people have experienced that, because this is a car that never existed. Like, these parts weren't made to fit on this car. Like, we had to modify. If we modified one thing, the next 5 things needed modified.
Right.
And it just was a constant grind. And, you know, we both were athletes. I was a college athlete, so I know what it's like to persevere and try to, like, suffer through something. This thing gave me a run. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh. So I think that's what I learned. Like, I actually learned a lot about life building it. I know that sounds stupid, but it just was a character builder. I don't have a lot of patience. This thing taught me
Yeah,
patience.
I don't either.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
So
was
that's-
hard.
I think I'll always be learning that,
Yeah,
like forever.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
there are definitely certain
Yeah.
projects that
Mhm.
help on that front.
Yeah.
So you learned a lot about life, which I think is,
Mhm.
you know, a good takeaway.
Mhm.
You guys, tell me what you called going out in the garage and working on this thing from a life standpoint.
We would say that it's time for marriage therapy, and that was when you went out in the garage, and I mean,
And we laughed about it, but it wasn't funny. Like,
it wasn't funny.
it was hard.
And
It
we
was
didn't
hard.
butt heads every single day
Right.
about things, but there would just be things, you know, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and we would
Mhm.
look at it. Of course, we had differing opinions. No, we should do it this way. We should do it this way. And it became like, we usually did things 5 times, so it didn't really matter how we did it the first time. But it was like, you know, you just constantly, but that was also nice, you know, it showed how much we cared about each part. It wasn't just, oh, just slap it on, do whatever. It was like, now wait a minute, you know, and every single aspect became learning. I mean, you have to learn how you do this.
Nothing ever went as planned, ever. It was always 4 times the time, 10 times the amount of money. It just was never. But that's the hobby. Everybody goes through that. So
Yep.
it's,
But you did it.
Mhm.
You're here. It's done.
it
You've
is.
taken it to just one show since it's
No.
been finished, or a couple?
We've taken it to a few, but mostly
Local cruising.
really the shows that we kind of go to. I can think of a few in my head, but because we have kids and other things to do, like we'll show up and we like to talk to people and share the story, and then we leave. And
Yeah.
a lot of times people will say, "Wait, they didn't do the trophies," and we just kind of,
We have
that's
to
not
go
what we're here
home-
for.
Right.
You
We
know,
have to
and
go home for nap time, so we never.
so it's always kind of funny. But people say, you know, they'll ask about accolades and what awards have you won, and we're like, well, nothing, because we haven't,
just tried
you know,
it. We don't
just enjoy
you
it.
know, we just try to.
That's good.
Mhm.
So.
I mean, I think you should enjoy, especially
Mhm.
when you put that much time into it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know, it looks gorgeous, but like you said, it drives nice.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
that's why it's here.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, the only thing that you didn't do was the paint.
Correct.
And do you want to tell the story of how you found your paint guy?
Go ahead.
So we owned a forum, and it was for Eleanor specified owners only. So there was probably about 50 members, and from all over the world. So we got to meet these people just over the internet, and we became friends with them and help each other out. And one of the members was Rusty, and he and his son have a shop in Port Richey, Florida. So we go down to Florida every once in a while on vacation. So he just said one day, like, just stop by and say hi, you know, when you're down here next. So we did that, and we visited his shop, and he had a pair of 1967 Shelby fenders that he had just painted, and they were just buffed.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, and just absolutely gorgeous. And I looked, and I was like, this is the guy who's going to paint our car. And Aaron's like, Lauren, you can't bring this all the way down here. And I go, yes, we can. And we did.
And he told us, he said, you know, we visited a lot of painters and talked to a lot of people, and they were like, yeah, we'll do your car, yeah. And Rusty said to us, I want to paint your car.
Mm-hmm.
Bring me your car. I love the story. I love everything about it. I want to paint it.
Yeah.
And for us, we were like, okay, how could we not?
Yeah.
So
his shop is Gillis Performance Restorations, and we trusted him. And I'd send him another car because he just treated us the best we could possibly be treated, and loved the whole experience. And I think his work speaks for itself.
Yeah,
So
it looks awesome.
yeah.
Well,
So.
I'm glad you guys are here. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to hear
Thank
your
you.
story. And you guys are still here smiling and laughing with each other. So
Yeah.
obviously
We made it.
you made it. Thank you.
So, well, thank
Thank you.
you.